What's up, Underground Arts? How we feeling? You guys ready for the setup? Let me hear it. Oh my God, let me hear it louder. Yeah, let's get those hands clapped for our host for the night, Shane O'Connor. Hey everybody, what's going on? Look at that, big entrance. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the setup. Oh, you guys excited? He just asked you if you were excited. You doing good? Hell yeah. How many of you have seen the show before? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, great. How many of you have never seen the show before? Wow, holy cow, your lives are about to get so much better. Oh, I mean, welcome to the first day of the rest of your lives. Yeah, we're going to have a great time. For those of you who don't know, Setup is a show I used to do like years ago. It was a comedy dating game show where I set real people up with comedians. So you heard me right, comedians aren't real people. So here's how it's going to work. I'll bring a regular person. They're going to sit on this stool here. I'm going to wheel the $10,000 curtain into place so they can't see the comedians. And the comedians are going to come out here and try their best to be lovable and funny. And then they're going to pick one of them. And then I'll pull away the curtain, and that'll be the punchline for them. All right? It's a good setup punchline for them. It'll be good. Yeah, I've done this show, I guess, 25 times. This is the 25th show. Wow, is that the golden anniversary? Is that the wood anniversary? What should I have gotten myself? Yeah, but we've had a lot of success. We've had, 3 first dates, 4 I'm just not that into it texts, 2 ghostings, and 1 annulment. That was pretty exciting. Annulment was pretty exciting. But before we get the show started, I want to warm you guys up with one of the best comedians in Philadelphia. You ready for a great comedian? Yeah! Put those hands together. She's got a great show, Tattoo Comedy. It's going to be a Tattoo Bombs next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Get those hands together, please. Welcome, Tana Wise.
Yeah, Tan. Someone here knows me. Oh, hey. How's it going? For the rest of you, hello. Okay, so I'm so happy to be doing this. You guys know I get a free drink for doing this? Yeah. I get free food. Later, when all of you leave, I get to sleep over here. By the way, guys, I'm a transgender person. Okay, that means you guys all know what that means, right? Yeah. I don't have to explain it. It means my life is way more interesting than all of you. Come on. How many of you can describe your summer as Oscar bait? People ask me all the time. They're like, hey Tan, how's your weekend? How's my weekend? Have you seen the show Euphoria? You have? Then you know exactly how my weekend was. I'm so glad that show came out. Because before that show, that joke used to go like this. Hey Tan, how's your weekend? How's my weekend? Have you seen the movie Dallas Buyers Club? You have? Then you know exactly how my weekend was. Anyway, I'm from Vietnam, by the way. That's where I was born. Any Asians here? Clap. Whoa, that's too many. No, that's a little concerning because if you guys are here, and you guys are here, and I'm here, who's watching the bubble tea stand? Anyway, I'm from Vietnam, and whenever I say that, sometime an old man will say something like, "You're from Vietnam? Fought a war there." What do you want me to say back? I've heard of you. Y'all thought you were cool. Anyway, my name's Tan. Nice to meet all of you. By the way, I chose the name Tan when I transitioned. You know, I wasn't born with the name Tan. I just changed my name because my parents named me Keanu Reeves. So, I had to do something. Do you guys, have you guys Alright, well, have you guys ever noticed? Alright, you guys ever noticed how ridiculous the restaurant names have gotten in Philadelphia? Have any of you ever been to Oops, It's Yogurt? This is a real place. Oops, It's Yogurt. What were they originally trying to make? that I accidentally made yogurt. You know, I asked the guy that works there, and he's like, I'm glad someone brought this up. Because we do stem cell research here. I don't know if this is a transgender thing, or just me, but whenever I'm in a sex store, you know, like a store that sells condoms, pornography, dildos, whenever I'm in one of those stores, everybody in the store assumes I work there. People literally come up to my face, going, hey, excuse me, is this the smallest size cock ring you have? I always pretend I work there. I do it for them. Okay? I can't tell them I don't work there. Can you imagine? Hey, excuse me, where do you keep your videos of grandmas peeing on each other? Oh, what? I don't work here. You don't work? Excuse me, I'm gonna go home and hang myself now. Perfect. They sell ropes here. I swear, if this nice venue sells dildos, people, they're gonna come find me. They're gonna be like, hey, excuse me, how much of these a hand-blown glass dildo cost? And I'm gonna be like, can't you see I'm hosting a show right now? What, so after the show I talk to you? Look, I just wanna know how much these hand-blown glass dildo cost. Alright, I don't have to work in a sex store to tell you that a hand-blown glass dildo costs a lot of money. Human breath is trapped in glass to stretch your butthole. How do you put a price tag on a miracle? So I'm from Vietnam. And by the way, if any of you in this room are stuck in life, and you guys don't know what your next plan is, just know, all of you guys can just move to Vietnam and teach English. I'm serious. Most English teachers in Vietnam are just American dudes who went to Vietnam for a wedding and they never left. They're there right now, teaching English in the suit they wore to the wedding. And if you're an actor and you're white and you're struggling here, please move to Korea. Please. Because the white actors in Korean shows right now cannot speak English. At all. The Korean actors, they're doing fine. They're going, everyone, I would like to meet our photographer from New York. And some white guy walks in. Hello, I am the photographer from New York. That is how we do it in the Bronx. I've seen period dramas. Period dramas. Gentleman Arthur, what are we going to do? We need to push behind the enemy line. Abraham Lincoln, I'm just kidding. It's the same guy in the cast. So I noticed this bumper sticker around Philly lately. And it's an LGBT bumper sticker. And it's an acrostic as well. What does it stand for? What do you think it stands for? L stands for liberty. Any guess for G? Guns. Not God, guns. Everyone always get that right. T stands for Trump. Yeah, I know. But, weirdly enough though, B did stand for bisexual. There's liberty, guns, bisexual, Trump. Just some bigot that's like, you're gay, you're bi. Whoa, non-binary? There's only two genders, buddy, because I'm attracted to both of them. So, do you guys know that in Philadelphia, all of us are legally allowed to own one pot plant? Do you guys know this? Yeah, all of us. And here's a little lessons about pot plants. There's girl pot plants and there's boy pot plants. Girl pot plants, we smoke them, we love them. Boy pot plants, useless. I'm allowed to have one pot plant. And it's the girl. I'm so happy it's the girl. It's like the opposite of China. I'm so happy it's the girl. Here's a little lessons about pot plants. They're very hard to keep. If you give a girl pot plant too much sunlight, your girl pot plant will turn into a boy pot plant. 4 months ago, my beautiful girl pot plant turned into a dude pot plant, and I was devastated. I wasn't supportive at all. I'm so ashamed to say, but look, I'm coming around now. I really am. I am. Look, the hardest part is I still have friends and family. They'll come by and they'll be like, hey, your girl's getting pretty big. When's she gonna pop out a few buds? And I gotta be like, first of all, he's not doing any of that. And look, let me talk to you for a second. Like, I get it, you know. In life, we all got plans. But, you know, plans change and you just gotta roll with it. I love my transgender pop plans. I'm just kidding, guys. Come on, I threw it out. So, you guys are such a great crowd. A couple months ago, I did comedy at a sex party. Yeah. Somewhere in New Jersey, there is a mansion. And this mansion has 10 bedrooms. Each bedroom is on pink. There's like a spanking room. There's like a hand job room. A hand job room is just a room with a PlayStation 2 and a Fight Club poster. But I saw a room that had a crib, but for like a grown man. Or 10 babies. I don't know. Maybe that was a nursery I walked into. Come on, 10 babies in a crib? That's so cute, right? That's such a cuter image than a senator. And I couldn't find a bathroom in this place. I asked the guy, hey, where's the bathroom? And he's like, oh, you want to use the bathroom? Hold on. You see that guy over there? That was all he said. And I did the grossest thing anyone can do at a sex party. Anybody want to guess? I ate the food. Wow, did you do that too? That was a good guess. I couldn't help it. It was the best shepherd's pie I ever had. Anyway. You know, one time after a show, someone asked me, so I heard you still have a penis, right? And what a great way to start a conversation. And look, he wasn't being mean or anything. He asked me, so, when are you going to have the bottom surgery? Okay, I didn't hear any laughter just now. But I can feel the curiosity in this room. You guys are dying for me to answer that question. It feels like I'm being bukkake by your patience to answer that question. Right? I can say bukkake, I'm Asian. I love how all of you laughed. Remember a time when we all had to pretend to not know what bukkake means? When did bukkake become a household word now? What was I talking about? I was trying to... Oh yeah, am I going to get the bottom surgery? No, I'm not. I'm not going to get the bottom surgery. Because my penis is the only thing I have that reminds me of my dad. So alright on this. So clap if you're a transphobic person. Alright, let me clap. Look, if you guys are really here, let me give you an advice. Your insult doesn't work on me. They don't. You know, they like to call me stuff like a lady boy or a she-male or whatever, and that doesn't mean anything to me. If you want to hurt my feelings, you have to acknowledge that I'm a trans woman. Hurt my feelings as a trans woman. Do you understand? So here's how you hurt my feelings as a trans woman. You introduce me to another trans woman, and she's prettier. If she's Vietnamese and does comedy, I'll kill myself. That's my time. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for your host, Shane O'Connor.
Elbow bumps, like 2020 under act. All right, how's everybody doing? Doing good? Ready to start this show? All right, let's meet our first contestant. let's see. Our first contestant is this. Oh, I gotta put the curtain. Now, okay. Rebecca is an aspiring sex therapist and current line cook with lots of new anxiety. She enjoys making food for people and vacuuming. If you're part of a rec sports league and want somebody who will likely bail last minute, she's interested. Everybody, please welcome Rebecca. Hey, you made it. Here, here's the microphone. Here's a seat for you. All right. You already got a drink. I was going to offer you a beer. All right. Easy. I'll give you some more Mike G. That'll be easy. What's it called? I got some questions. I'm going to go off book. What's it called? Your line cook. You ever seen The Bear?
Yeah, I've just finished.
Is it like that?
No.
Why not?
I don't care that much.
No? Yeah, put this closer.
Because I don't care that much?
Oh, okay. That sounds worse now. What's your favorite part about being a line cook?
Making food, probably.
What's your signature? Do you have a signature dish?
I'm not allowed to do that.
No? What, did you ever sneak a little secret ingredient in there? Like when Mrs. Doubtfire puts the pepper on Pierce Brosnan's thing? Technically a secret ingredient. It was a great movie. Check it out. No?
No. I mean, a little hope.
You're going to make me go back to the book. New anxiety versus old anxiety. What's up with that? These are all the
something happened
questions.
a couple of years ago.
Oh, we don't have to get into that. Let's move on to the next question. Oh man, you like vacuuming?
Yeah.
Have I got something for you? Whoa! Look at this thing! Oh, like OCD Jason Voorhees. This is great. Yeah, you want to? Oh, here. I'll trade it. Hold on.
Thank you.
I'll go back down here. That was very efficient. Take notes, everybody. What do you think? What do you feel? The power, the Dyson? Is the proper amount of suction?
No, I need another year on this.
Ooh, man, that's going to be a V7, I think. 2017. I want to say 17. Yeah.
Have you replaced the filter?
No, I clean it once a month. And I put it out to dry in the sun. Like a plant. That's what the manual says.
You are supposed to UV light them.
Yeah, UV light thing.
So you
That's mine though. You can't have it. I'm sorry. I was just wondering if you said, I don't know what I wanted to say. I thought it'd be hilarious, and we did pretty well, I think. You know? What kind of rec sports are we talking about?
Volleyball.
Ooh.
Softball.
Softball.
Card games.
There's no rec sports for card games.
Thrift shopping.
That's a rec sport.
That's the crap.
Have you getting thrift shop fines lately?
Yes, I bought a pair of Italian leather boots.
What?
Yes.
Real leather? Real Italian?
Real leather, no soles.
Well, they're Italian.
Yeah, right.
That was incredible. Get your thinking caps on, folks. It's going to be a long show, all right? That was incredible. That's cool. Did you have to get them resold at like a cobbler?
Well, I figured the shoes cost me $30.
Okay.
And my time spent was like 2 hours. So I might as well throw them out.
I don't even follow the math there. What do you mean?
Yeah, thrifting is not my strong suit.
I only buy books at the thrift store. Someone hurt me. No. You ever be a nerdy kid and people just keep giving you Barnes and Noble gift cards? They're like, this is your favorite thing. Here, go. And then you're an adult. You're like, books cost a nickel. What was I doing with all these gift cards?
Or they cost what, Amazon credits?
I don't know. What is that from Star Wars? Oh, yeah. I always like to put not books. A hardback book costs $26. You could buy a pair of Italian boots almost for that.
That's true. They probably have soles.
Every book has a soul. All right, we're gonna talk about comedy. You like comedy?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite comedian?
Other than you?
Thank you. Short answer, except you're going to find your new favorite comedian in about 2 minutes' time. What's it called? No, like a professional comedian who's not here on Tuesday.
No, I just support local comics.
That's what's up, yeah. You should follow in her footsteps, her unsold footsteps. How's your dating life? We gotta talk about dating. This is a dating show after all.
Dating life.
Yeah, what's your favorite part about dating?
just keeping it on the app, I think.
Endless banter?
And endless matching, and then a little stroke of my ego, and then clicking to the bio and on to the next.
Interesting. I use a lot of it for like life advice. I'll like look at their job and then ask like, I'm like, can you help me with this? Like one time I needed like a lawyer. I saw like a lawyer and I was like, yo, I need a lawyer. How good are you at this? I'll buy you a beer.
Are they responsive?
Yeah, people love talking about themselves. That's great.
Oh, I should go your route.
Yeah, it's literally just like, it's kind of like Angie's List, but it's Hinge.
And then do you meet up with them or no? Yeah, get the advice, get out. That's
So I'm gonna go back to the book. Is there anything?
This is mom.
Oh man, I said dating crap. That was the last bullet point. We already talked about that. See that? You want to talk about anxiety? You want to circle back to anxiety?
Let's go back.
But do you ever feel anxious on a date?
No.
No?
No, not unless I like the person.
Huh? Why would you go on a date with a person you don't like?
Well, how do you know until you meet them?
The app banter.
Banter. No.
Tread on thin ice, dude. You little soulless dudes.
No, I try not to go out with people that I like too much.
What?
You get it?
Oh my god. Ah man, if you hear thunder, that means it's the lightning round. Oh my god! Oh my god! I had to stand outside for so long to record that. Can you believe that? That was insane. I was like there for days. My weather app kept lying about when the thing was happening, the storm. I gotta look at the Doppler. I gotta invest in dark sky. I think that's what I need. I need $3. Alright, so I'm gonna ask you some rapid fire questions. Try to answer the best you can as quick as you can, and at the end we'll see if the judges think you won.
Okay.
Alright, ready, set, go. Wine, red or white?
Okay.
What's black, white, and red all over?
Do you see it?
Tall or short?
Middle.
Bald or regular?
Ball.
Oh. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Who's the name of your first kiss?
Danny.
No last names. Who's the name of your first pet?
Happy.
Mother's maiden name?
Weintraub.
Social security number? Come on, I need a credit card. Here's your last question. You ready for your last question? We surveyed 100 women and asked them, what does your man have in common with the Pillsbury Doughboy? What was the answer? His laugh. Was his laugh correct? It was! Oh, man! Wow, what a great round. That was great. Good job. That was one. You know, you have to pay Steve Harvey every time you ask a Family Feud question in a public space. It's crazy. I owe him $6,000 after this, so I need some more tickets. All right, the curtain's in place. You ready to meet your first comedian? You guys ready for the first comedian? Oh my God! All right, your first comedian. Comedian number one is a totally normal-sized employee of the city of Philadelphia who loves his cats. He enjoys playing baseball in his Sunday adult league and trying not to get his shit fucked up at sweaty basement punk shows. Everybody, please welcome comedian number one.
Thanks so much, everybody. It's good to be here. Yeah, I'm also a sober guy, which is not the best position to be in when you're dating. I'm sober. I was a heavy drinker for a long time, but don't worry. I did drugs too. I did a lot of drugs. And a lot of my friends are not sober people. They like to ask me terrible questions all the time. My least favorite question they ask me is, hey Jules, what do you miss the most about drinking? That's a terrible question to ask a recovering alcoholic for a couple of reasons. One, that's a triggering question. And two, the answer is pretty clear. The thing I miss the most about drinking is... It's cocaine, you fucking dummies. Come on. Cocaine rules. You can't do cocaine on its own, though. That's what serial killers do. I don't know if you knew that. I actually worked in restaurants for a really long time. I worked in restaurants for 15 years. Front of house, though, so I know she will not respect me. That is for sure. Always a contentious situation between the servers and the people working the line, especially because I move slow and eat out of their bins constantly. They're like, put a glove on. I'm like, never. I don't get paid enough to not give everyone here food poisoning. That is for me, you know? I do play an adult baseball league on Sundays, which is pretty fun. It's mostly just me cosplaying as the man that I wish I became. That's what Sunday rec baseball leagues are all about. Just get dudes throwing baseballs at me with all of the rage and their hatred towards their wives, and that's a good time for me. What else? Yeah, I'll be real, I'm not like a super tall guy, but I've gotten much more comfortable with my height. I gotta say that. I'm pretty comfortable with who I am. A lot of therapy and stuff, that really helps. But the one thing is that, like, as you get older, you just get more comfortable with all sorts of stuff. Like, I'm a queer guy, that's like pretty fun. Thanks. I like queer too. I like that designation because it's mysterious, Like, queer, what does that mean? Like, I don't even know, honestly. And like, 'cause bisexual, too committal, And pansexual, I still want people to like me. That's what that comes down to. You ever meet a likable pansexual? No, you haven't. Get out of the orgy, Stinky. Why do you stink? They smell. Why do they smell? They're the worst smelling ones in the sexual kingdom. I know there's some butthurt pansexuals over there, but take it up with the manager, Stinky. The manager is my cat, by the way. She's just standing there like, yes, I do speak. I got 2 cats. One of them's 1 year old. That's a whole different energy than what I was expecting. A 1-year-old cat is insane. But having 2 cats of different ages, one is 8, the other is 1, I'm starting to understand that cats are just constantly playing jazz in a loop in their heads. That's what's going on in a cat's head when it's running around your apartment at 3 in the morning for no fucking reason. Because they're either sauntering around, and that's something I've learned about cats, a lot of sauntering going on. I think that word was invented to describe how a cat moves. But then, the other half of the time, they're just skiddly bebopping around. It's just like, yeah, you're a jazz cat, shouldn't have named you that. The other thing, too, is like, jazz is pretty weird, right? Okay, I don't know if I should say this part of this joke because it's not super attractive, my opinions on jazz as a half-white person. No one wants to hear that. But yeah, I'm not super tall, but my friend was trying to be supportive of me, and he has forwarded me an article about limb lengthening surgery. How insecure are men that we will literally have a doctor break our femurs and then put a 3-inch implant in there for $77,000. That is psychotic behavior. Like, you can't even slam dunk after. That is the real shame of the whole thing. Like, you go through the procedure, but you're never medically cleared to play sports again. So after all that, you can't even slam dunk on a motherfucker one time? That is an insane investment to me. And I did some research. It turns out that you can pay $6,000 to $12,000 to get breast implants. Now, you're telling me this guy didn't go out and get 7 or 8 pairs of tits? He did this instead? He'd be the most interesting dude at the party for the rest of his life. Like, get out of here, Sadie Longlegs. What's wrong with you? All right, thank you very much.
Oh man, comedian number 1. What'd you think, Rebecca?
Charming.
Charming?
Yeah, real sad.
That's because all the jazz talk.
All the cat talk.
Okay, yeah. What did you think about the restaurant industry? You think is laying in there?
I think we're trying to bond too quick.
Moving too fast?
Moving too fast. Keep it on the app.
Okay, all right. Keep it on the apps. Yeah, I'm singing. You ready for the next comedian?
Yeah,
Are you guys ready for the next comedian? Yeah. The next comedian number 2 is a tall and mildly attractive electrician with a heart of gold who loves women's and Tito's vodka. He enjoys getting high and watching carpentry videos while eating rotisserie chicken. Everyone, please welcome comedian number 2.
What's up? How are you doing? Hey Rebecca, how are you? I feel like I'm too tall for this fucking curtain. Alright, I'm gonna show my hip dexterity. You should see the fucking split I'm hitting right now. This actually works out. I'm doing a dating show because I just quit my girlfriend recently. I'm only saying it like that because I hate when comedians come on stage and they're like, I'm going through a breakup right now. I'm like, you're going through a breakup. She's going through dick on Tinder. You know what I mean? So calm down. You're going through it, she went around it. See, I'm rude. I shouldn't have had to follow him. He's such a sweet boy. Well, buckle up for these next 4 minutes. We're going to have fun either way. Should I talk about my family or myself? What do we think?
Yourself.
Myself? Yeah. How do you feel about circumcised guys? No pressure.
Generic.
So I'm saying cut, right? Alright, yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I'm a little weird. I didn't get circumcised till I was 15 years old. All the dudes in here were like, oh, shit. Yeah. I was just so dumb when I was younger, I thought my penis was going to grow with all that extra skin. You know what I mean? I was like, this might be too much. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what all that extra fucking skin felt like? It felt like, you ever get a pair of hand-me-down jeans from your older brother? And your mom's like, he'll fill those out by the end of the school year, huh? Don't worry about that. And then the end of the school year comes and you're like, we gotta get these pants hemmed. You know what I mean? I don't know, I'll talk about my family, I guess. I got a weird family. You into interesting families?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're into that? Cool. I have an autistic little sister. Yeah? Yeah. I don't know. Anybody else? No? Do you do? How many siblings do you have? That are alive?
Girl, talk to each other.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast right now. I'm too hungover to talk about myself for too long. No, but yeah, I have an autistic little sister. Do you watch Love on the Spectrum?
I did.
Yeah, did you guys? Yeah, it's a great show, right? Yeah. I avoided watching it for such a long time, you know what I mean? 'Cause I got too high the first time I watched it and started crying on my couch. You know what I mean? I was like, this shit's too sad. Then I got the perfect amount of high to watch it and I'm like, this is hilarious. Right? My little sister's autistic, that's why I avoided watching it, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting having an autistic sibling because you look around at the rest of your family and realize how close we all are to being autistic. You know what I mean? I started paying attention to my sister. I'm like, Danielle's leaning into it, all right? You know what I mean? I feel like we're all on edibles and she let go and she's having a good time. We're all fighting it. I'm like, it's just soda and candy and Disney movies, dude. She's having a good time. My neck and back hurt already from worrying about this. Yeah, I don't know. We're all very close to being autistic. You know what it feels like? You ever get like a water balloon fight when you were a kid? Remember when somebody would like miss and hit a wall by you and you get sprayed with the water? Right? It feels like God threw a water balloon full of autism in my family. And my sister got fucking crushed. But we all got wet. You know what I mean? I feel like I definitely got sprayed, you know? I feel like I was at the bottom of an autistic rock flume. I'm like, all right, I got my t-shirt a little bit, you know? It's weird. Do you like that show though? Do you like it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch the Australian version?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You get way too excited. You're fucked up too. Cool. Because an Australian artist is just, there's something about that accent plus autism is just, it's beautiful. Did you like Michael?
Yeah, like a little butler.
Yeah, he rocks. He went to that speed dating event. Did you watch that episode?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked him because you could read his facial expressions if he liked to check her out. And the one lady walked in and she came bouncing across the room and his eyebrows went up and the table jumped up. This kid's hard. He's so hard. He tried to like connect with her, right? And he was like, yo, do you watch a lot of TV? And she was like, I don't know what TV. And he was just like, what the fuck? But he liked her tits, so he tried to keep going, you know? He's like, well, what else are you into? She's like, I'm a single mother. And he was just like, Jesus Christ, you're a whore with no TV. Yeah, I knew you guys were gonna hate me. This is okay. Yeah. Dude, I just turned 34 this week. Is that too much personal info? I don't know. You guys gun owners in here? Does anybody own a gun? No, I didn't think so. It would have been so funny if everybody was like, yeah! One of my boys brought me to a gun range for my birthday. Gun owners freak me out, right? Do you like guns?
Woo!
You do?
I like to shoot guns.
Oh, hell yeah. You thrift and shoot guns? Fuck yeah, sister. Yeah, gun owners freak me out, though. Every time I go to a gun owner's house, I'm like, dude, you have all these guns and you never kill yourself? Right? I'm not suicidal, but I'm impulsive as shit. If I had a gun, I'd kill myself after the show. For sure. No, I'm just kidding. I got a lot of friends that carry around guns like the bars. You got boys like that? No? Does anybody have friends like that? You guys aren't that cool then. Yeah. My friends will be like, dude, I'd rather have it not need it than need it not have it. You know what I mean? I hate those people. I'm like, I've never been outside of a bar at 2 o'clock in the morning and a fight breaks out. I'm like, I wish somebody had a gun to calm this down. You guys have been awesome. Have a good night.
Alright. Comedian number 2, Mr. Tall. Like Wilson from Home Improvement over there.
How tall is this curtain, please?
That curtain's about 7 feet high, so he's about
He's like
7
11 feet
foot
high.
8. I don't know, I can't crunch the numbers right now.
Only that means tall if you think that guy.
Oh man, with the floor extension thing, probably 2.5. 2.5 dice.
2.5 easy.
So what did you think of him, that man?
I was like, if we both get a gun and we shoot each other at the same time, it could be a good time.
Ooh, a duel like a Hamilton. That would be fun. That's a good first date. I think I might have some anxiety going into that one.
Why? You have your protection.
Yeah, but you gotta count paces.
You can establish you're not very good.
You gotta turn on time.
Yeah.
You gotta.
You don't have rhythm, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm like, look at the code. I'm like, that's crazy. But what did you think about? Yeah, it's good. What compared to
It
comedian
looked
number
like
one?
he had a fade at least on one side of his head.
Oh.
Compared to the first comedian?
Well, you're gonna have to make a big decision after this next comedian, so you gotta start, marking them against each other.
Yeah. I guess I wish I could see how tall the other guy was.
I think he said he's average size. I think he wrote down.
Middle average? More than average. Small.
Totally normal sized, he said.
That's pretty good.
I said totally short. You said middle, so
That's exactly right.
All right, now we're getting somewhere.
Not
You ready for the last comedian to woo you? You guys ready for the third comedian? Yeah. All right. Comedian number 3 is a late night television writer who loves sad little European movies and texts like a combination of all his ex-girlfriends. He's looking for someone who's 2 chapters behind in their book club reading. Everyone, please welcome comedian number 3.
Not a lot of fans of sad little European films in the crowd I'm seeing. Rebecca, one thing you should know about me, I quit stand up to be middle class, and I'm very stable. Together we can have 3 incomes. I have a great smile. I paid $3,000 for it. $1,000 per centimeter Rittenhouse apartment prices. It's actually I still do have a gap, but only loved ones can see it. You have to be really close to me. I have like old friends who are just like, I miss your gap, and it's like, no, you just miss what we had. There are friends of mine who don't like that I got rid of the gap, and I had a friend who was like, Ron, getting rid of the gap shows that you have like a colonizer's mindset. It's a colonizer's mindset. And I think that's a bit far, because it's like, I don't know if any of you have been to the UK, but their teeth are fucked up. And they have no problems colonizing. They're pretty good at it, so I don't think so. I think people don't like when you change something about your appearance because they think that you won't stop. And they're right. Like I don't plan on stopping. Like I want to get Jadakiss's laugh next. I want to have surgery to get Jadakiss's laugh put in. I have a nice smile, but the laugh is just a little too separate. I want them to move some shit around in my lyrics until I'm like, but I'm gonna get the surgery done in Mexico where it's cheaper, so it's gonna be like, cha-cha! It's gonna be great, man. Rebecca, do you have TSA pre-check? This is important.
No, not even close.
That hurts. I'm like I have a lot of anxiety about having money now, but like when it comes to TSA pre-check, I'm just like, let the peasants take their shoes off. I love it. I get so arrogant because you can come to the airport at like 10 minutes before your flight and make it. I come there and I'm like smoking cigarettes and I'm like, oh, right this way. I love pre-check. What other middle class things that I like? The farmer's market. Rebecca, are you into the farmer's market?
I'm familiar.
Do you go?
I peruse.
You peruse. Okay.
Sometimes I purchase.
It's expensive, right?
Yeah, I don't have 2 incomes to my name.
It's rough.
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of a class drag.
It's rough. It's okay. We can be upwardly mobile together. I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up. I'm really looking for someone I can build. Just the thing about the farmer's market, it closes in the winter, and then you form relationships with the farmers, and then they're like, hey, take my card because we do drop-offs every now and then. Has anybody done a drop-off? One person nodding. Have you ever met a Quaker in a parking lot for smoked salmon? It doesn't feel legal. They're like, tag us on Instagram. I'm like, hey, no pictures. No pictures. This is not happening. Oh my God. The food is not that much better. I have a minute left, and I just want to take the time to do a little compatibility test. So we can just answer some questions that I have. I think this will really set us off right. So, okay. I need a girl who doesn't take themselves too seriously. Would you say you're prone to shallow emotional responses?
No.
I need someone who can assert themselves. Do you often trick, con, or manipulate people?
Yes, often.
That's really hot. I want a creative person with an imagination. Do you ever tell lies just to see if you can make someone believe you?
Depends on how much money they have.
Oh my God. Wait, you only do it to poor people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're such a flirt. Okay, last question. How would you murder me?
Between my thighs.
Oh. You gotta leave on that. It's not gonna get better than that. Thank you.
Good grief. That was a lot. Oh wait, he's still here. Oh no, get out of here. Get your pre-check and leave. I'm so tired. God, pre-check has rules though.
You really like this guy?
He's a sweet pie. What do you mean? Sorry, wait, I'm unbiased.
Giggling.
You're all giggling.
Yeah, you know, I laugh sometimes. Sometimes. What did you think? Besides all the new money stuff.
Does he look like Larry David?
He does kind of look like Larry David. Yeah. I gotta agree. Yeah. He sounds to look like that. Is that a plus or a minus?
It depends. I mean, does the income match?
What do you mean? Oh, okay. Late night television over here.
For what kind of TV?
Do you know how much television
Philly?
plays? No, I will tell you. He's from Los Angeles.
What? Yeah, I'd move to the West Coast.
Whoa! Damn. You weren't doing shit for those other two guys.
Tell me about how much money they make.
That's true. Most people should leave with that. I always leave with that on a first date.
You really should.
I'm like, here, look at it. Log into my bank account for me. Here's the password. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I think it's a good way to break the ice. Show them the checking account. Don't show them the savings. Just show them the check. All right? See how much you can float. All right. All right. What do you got in mind?
I just want to know the figures.
Oh, I don't know. 4. Wait, what kind of decimal places? 4. Anyway. God, I'm hilarious. All right, you ready? Okay, so you had 3 comedians. You had the first guy is totally normal size. The second guy is very big, and the third guy, Larry David. You have an inkling of what you might pick? Who you might pick?
I think I need help.
You think? Okay, guys. You guys get to yell out for about 3 seconds. Like it's the Price is Right. Tell her 1, 2, or 3. Ready, set, go. Hold up your hands. Make it interactive. She can hear you. All right. Cut it out.
The comedians in the back, this was unanimous.
So you think you have a feeling you want to pick now? I'll bring in all the comedians themselves.
Okay.
All right, let's welcome all our comedians back on the stage, please. Oh wait, before you pick, I got a present for you coming on the show. It's actually from a thrift store. It's a sweater that says LOL IRL. All right, that's very funny because we're here laughing, you know. I'll hold it while you got a lot. You're gonna have the big moment of your life right here, so you have to do this. All right. On the count of 3, 1, 2, we'll all count together. Oh wait, sorry. Can everybody make a little drum roll with their feet and their hands and go a little nuts? Hey, who you gonna pick?
Contestant number 1.
Contestants 2 and 3. Let the bricks, guys. You know, because you had a bad day, as Daniel Powder would say. All right. Yeah, you guys gotta leave. Sorry, scissors. So you gotta wait your old man. All right. It is a really high school. All right. You ready? I'm gonna pull away the curtain, and we're gonna make the magic happen. All right. You ready? Oh, all right. Get that music going, Chief. Let's do this. What's going on? Ooh.
Little front of house, back of house
Exactly
opinion.
where you were, so I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure what to do either. I'm Jules, by the way. I'm not like I said my name in the beginning of my set, and then he called me contestant number 1, and I thought, did I break the rules?
Yeah.
Nah, man, you're just being you.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting.
Yeah, of course. This is definitely totally natural.
The
And
chemistry is right.
oh yeah, I'm feeling that. Like you should feel my armpits. They are just
Oh, let's get it.
waterfalling.
Oh, this is a first.
Yeah, you are. But it's that line cook. It's just the constant motion, you know?
Yeah, I'm always doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, that was pretty good. You bump mics at the road, you guys can walk off into the sunset together. Thanks so much. Hey, Rebecca Jules, everybody, reunited. All lead to there. Alright. Wow, that was incredible. I didn't think it was going to happen that beautifully with the armpit touching. That was great. Alright. Oh, so because it's a special time, we're here at Underground Arts, beautiful Underground Arts. Give it up for the venue, everybody. It's very good. We got cool lights, we got cool bars with the bartenders. We're going to try out something I've never done before at setup. We're going to try a speed dating round. Alright? Because I watched, what's that movie? 40-year-old version, they got speed dating in that movie. I watched the movie a long time ago. I thought I'd bring it back right now. So we're going to do a speed dating round. We're going to have a contestant who's going to meet 4 comedians. They're each going to do 1 minute of stand-up comedy, and then they're going to find love. So, you guys ready to meet your speed round contestant? All right. Shelby's a horny biomedical engineer who loves Love, the tennis score, and Love Actually, the movie. She also enjoys living and laughing. Everybody, please welcome Shelby. Hey Shelby, how are you? There you go. Here's the microphone. You want a beer?
I was told there was an intermission.
No, the intermission's next. Don't spoil it.
I didn't need a piss.
You gotta pee. This is a speed round. You're in good luck. I won't give you the beer then. I'll put the beer back.
Yes, please.
Alright, there we go.
Let's just go ahead and fill it.
Okay. Yeah, just fill it up. Okay, let's see. What's that we're gonna talk about? Oh, what the hell is biomedical engineering? What is that?
Listen, I was trying to explain it, you know.
If you could sum it up in one sentence.
I work with medical equipment and a children's hospital, so I have a great heart, and that's it. That's all I got going for me.
You ever try to make a little kid into a Wolverine?
No, let's just close that.
I had to ask. Do you actually like tennis? I don't think anybody likes tennis.
Fuck no. I asked a comedian to write that, not gonna lie.
Well, here, I got you a present for coming on the show. It's a tennis ball.
I'm gonna throw it at the comedian.
That's right. Throw it at the curtain real hard. It'll be like a batting cage or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, yeah. What do you think of... could you rank some Hugh Grant movies for us? If you love Love Actually.
Notting Hill?
Notting Hill, top 3 for sure.
What are you getting? One?
That's all you're getting? Love Actually is the worst one.
Yeah, I know. Notting Hill is the best one.
Alright. We're at all sides of the Hugh Grant spectrum. Look at me going to the paper like a coward. All right. Rank, live, laugh, love. Who writes this?
Definitely not you.
I hired a comedian to write it.
I didn't hire you.
After the show, come find me.
Let's say laugh, best one, obviously.
Sure.
Loving, second. Living.
Third, it's the third.
You know, we got a theme tonight, and it's definitely not living, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's true. This is all about laughing and loving. That's the whole show.
Yeah, you can really be living.
So speaking of laughing, do you like any comedians? Our first contestant that only likes local comedians, which is very brave, but it does not help the conversation spur on.
Ooh. I feel like I follow a lot of them, but
He's providing good content for your eyeballs.
oh fuck. Now you're like asking for names and shit. They just make me laugh, you know?
Hey, that's fine. That's beautiful. You don't,
Oh,
they don't
what's
need
the
names.
one?
No names. It's like that movie, Stanley Kubrick. Full Metal Jacket? Right? Oh, what you said. That's what I said.
Can you hold that for a
Yeah,
second?
sure.
Thank you. I'll get it later. Whatever, it's the other thing.
I'm stressed out. Alright, you don't, I can't remember any comedians' names. That's good. Okay, how about dating? What do you think about dating?
Ooh, so I feel like definitely, you know, I'll get past, like I'll go on a date. We'll do like 2 dates and it'll be like really, really wholesome, and then like one of us will just ghost, you know? And that's, like I like to wine and dine them, and then,
You splitting that check?
yeah. I mean, I'll pay. I actually got a decent salary. If we're talking figures, like I'll pay it.
Give me some numbies. Come on.
Children's hospital pays well. I'll say that. I got an engineer in my occupation, so.
Yeah, for real. If you actually turn out a Wolverine kid, you make $1 million. You make $2 million out of it.
Listen, and I think the bonus for me is I'm having student loans.
Oh,
That's
good.
hot.
Yeah.
That's really hot. Sorry for everyone else that hates me now, but like that's my flex. That's all I got going.
Did you have that before Sleepy Joe gave us the 10K or no?
None. Masters was free.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Truly mastered your domain. Look at you.
That's where.
Wow, the crowd is really anti this.
Yeah, they really don't. Yeah,
Just
they
like-
fucking hate me now.
Yeah, they're all imagining a big number across their heads, but like, I hate this lady. Wait, what's it called? Do you ghost or do you do the Peter out? You know the Peter out? Where people just kind of like half-ass sex?
Yeah. You like, you know, you start becoming less interesting, and then they hate you after a while, and you hate them. And then you get
It's like a
lonely.
marriage in a way.
Well, then you get lonely, and then you might, you know, reach out to them again. It's lonely.
Yeah, it's just especially winter time. It's what's it called?
Fuck, man.
Handcuffing
I'm
season.
so glad I got asked on the show, guys. I need it. I got a cuff.
Handcuff. That's what it's called, right? Handcuffing season.
Handcuffs.
Is that what they call it?
In the back.
No,
And
absolutely
I'm
not.
just gonna drag you to my house.
I got those trick cuffs from the magician store. You go, that's how you impress
I
somebody
got the real
on a
fucking deal.
date. Use some close-up magic on first date. All right, we get the other people the lightning round. We're gonna try some F Mary Kills. You remember that? I think I invented it.
Should you live off love?
Yeah. I wanted to play Closer by Nine Inch Nails. That'd be hilarious. But you guys, it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna read you off a couple. Just go with your heart. Right? Don't think it too hard. Okay, you ready? Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal and normal people. Phoebe Bridgers.
Can I just, fuck Phoebe Bridgers, marry Phoebe Bridgers, and just kill Paul fully?
Whoa. Okay. Gritty, the Philly Fanatic. Swoop. Swoop's the Eagles mascot. He's an eagle.
Really?
He's an eagle man.
God,
You could try that at work. Eagle Kid.
but actually, you know, go over well.
In this town, I think that kid would be mayor.
Let's say, fuck Gritty. You know, you do a little crazy like that. Mary Fanatic.
Kill Swoop?
Yeah.
Respect. All right, Joker, Smoker, Midnight Toker.
Ooh. Fuck Joker. Mary Smoker. Kill Midnight.
You're killing the Midnight Toker?
Sorry.
He's the chillest of the bunch! Oh, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
again, I'm just, you know, trying to make myself, everyone hate me at the end of this, you know?
You're burning a lot of bridges here. All right, here's this one. I'll help. Cat Morgan, Johnny Walker, Grey Goose.
Oh God, wait. I'd marry Captain Morgan. That's like what I was raised on.
Such a tumultuous lifestyle, though.
And listen,
A pirate on the seas?
Yeah.
All seven seas?
You're thinking too deep on this. This
is marriage.
Yeah, it tastes good. Marriage tastes good sometimes, you know? It doesn't always have to be fucked.
That's fair. What about Johnny Walker and a Grey Goose? Goose.
Fuck Goose. Kill Walker.
Interesting. Alright, we got two more. Because these are going really well. Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, Panera Bread.
God, who are these fucking questions?
I don't know.
Alright, you really should do more research. I'm gonna say, well, kill Panera.
That's right. What about a bread bowl, though?
Fuck bread. Let's do. See, I'm gonna throw in a mix there and say Mary.
It's very clearly laid out.
Mary Raising Cane's because Popeyes and Chick-fil-A are just not good options.
Raising Cane's? These
These
people don't know what Raising Cane's
Cane's.
is.
Thank
Wow, everybody's getting
Come
cane
on.
sauce. Cool, yeah. Wow, that's a real deep cut. I had to get that in Iowa.
you. It's here now.
Where?
200 Temple and Penn. Both have locations.
Temple and Penn?
Yes.
Oh my god. Talking like somebody with a master's degree. Alright, the last one. This one's the hardest one, I'd say. You got Steve Martin, Steve Harvey, Stevie Nicks. You also be thinking about this at home, also, alright? I want answers after the show.
Fuck Steve Martin. Marry Stevie Nicks. Kill Steve Martin.
Steve Harvey?
Sorry.
You don't want to laugh. You said laughing was number one, and you're killing Steve Harvey.
It's not always the way the word first.
Is it about something else about Steve Harvey? Alright, you ready to meet all the comedians?
Yes, please.
That one, great. You guys ready to meet the comedians? We're all going to do 1 minute of stand-up comedy. Alright, your comedian number one is an unemployed comedian. Who is there any other kind? Who loves chicken parmigiana and his mother in that order. He enjoys watching movies and then pretending he's the protagonist from that movie for the rest of the day. Everyone, please welcome comedian number one.
Hey. I don't have any jokes that are a minute long, so I googled romantic poems, and I wrote down the first one I found, so I'm going to read it. Is that okay? One day romance will caress me. One day the church bells will chime, and we will go cruising together forever, for the love of my dreams will be mine. And that's for you right there.
Wow. This is.
I got one more thing. I live with my mom, Hubba, and
You looking for a mommy?
I think I'm gonna throw up. Like I said, I live with my mom. And we were in the living room today, we were watching Kelly and Ryan. And I said, Mom, what about me would make me a good boyfriend? And I recorded it, and I'm gonna play it for you guys.
Get on your feet and start screaming. Here comes comedian number two.
So a little bit about myself, I'm half Amish and half Japanese. I've got all the latest technology, I just can't use it. My dad's in a polygamous relationship with my mom and her sister, so it was both my dad and my uncle. It was really weird as a kid because he used to sneak me beers and then yell at me for drinking them. I'm not much of a fighter. If I was a professional wrestler, my name would be room temperature Steve Austin. I'm getting older, but I'm young at heart, which is why I wear orthopedic bands. I was the class clown in high school. I wasn't really funny, but I did show up drunk to a lot of children's birthday parties. Really, I just want to be the funny fat guy. So I'm halfway there depending on your opinion of me. Alright, thank you.
incredible. What did you think?
I'm a fucking contestant. You're the comedian.
I do it all. What did you think of that man? Mr. reading the jokes from the laughing tank.
Yeah, okay, we'll leave it at that.
Oh man, I can't have last words. Okay, you ready for the next comedian? Ready? We got two more, right? Alright, comedian number 3 is a heart-wrenchingly delicate employee to someone, somewhere, who loves carrots, baby and big, as well as rhinestones. She enjoys getting rides in your car and listening to the radio in hers. Everyone, please welcome comedian number 3!
I love Beyonce intro music for the speed round. These are the things that I'm prepared to say. I'm willing to think of you as beloved for the rest of my days. I know who won the National Dog Show because I went in person, and so the rest of you will have to wait till Thanksgiving then to find out. I'm prepared to spoil the secret for my beloved. I will provide you a brood of children because I hear you love them at hospital. I won't carry them in my body, but we could do it asexually. We'll bury a finger in the yard, see what comes up. I am not afraid to figure out what is in the fridge. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to do the carpet with the stick. I will defend us. Ground level, aerial. I am in love with what we could be. I'm afraid of what might happen if the curtain is removed, you know? Because I'm already 10 toes deep. I'm rooted in what we are. I already miss you, but don't look for me.
Holy hell, comedian number 3, what did you think there?
Was the winner Dachshund?
I'll
find out.
You gotta, I think you gotta figure it. You don't say. This is a big secret. I didn't realize it was before Thanksgiving. I was assuming those people gave up their Thanksgiving to do the dog show. Wow, I'm learning a lot today. Pretty good. You like that one? It was very intense.
In the best way possible.
We have one more comedian, so don't make your mind up yet. You guys ready for the last comedian? Alright. Comedian number 4 is a fragile financial services associate who loves an immensely wide variety of bread, as well as playing online chess. He prefers being a little spoon and cries watching children's movies on Disney+. Everyone, please welcome comedian number 4!
How are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to y'all. I don't know who to talk to right now. I don't know who to address. Dude, man, I didn't even know this was a dating show. You know, set up is a very appropriate term. I felt like I was set up. I didn't know who to I just wanted some stage time. This is what it is, you know? I was really just planning on beating my meat tonight. Ironically. I only get a minute, so it's kind of equivalent time frames anyway, you know what I mean? What I'm talking about, yeah, I'll be like nerds. I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I play Words with Friends every day. I went to the movie theater by myself to watch Sonic the Hedgehog. People think I play basketball and shit. No, I play brain teasers. For me and you, we could go to watch Sonic 3 when it comes out together. If not, I'll go by myself once again. Settle the Hedgehog in it this time. And we could do daily Sudoku puzzles. Boom. That sounds like a glorious time. I don't know about you. What else? I don't know, man. Being a nerd is interesting, like, because when I'm a nerd, being a nerd, right? Like, I can't date people that are also a nerd. Like, some woman told me that, like, I like Marvel, right? She told me she was going to see Endgame, right? And but she told me she hadn't seen Infinity War, and I was like, excuse me? You're gonna go to see Endgame without seeing Infinity War? Quite frankly, you need to turn around right now. Go the fuck back home and watch that movie. And frankly, I found that unacceptable. I was unacceptable. You can't do that. What am I talking about? Yeah.
Last joke, you mean.
Last joke. Okay. Cool. Last joke. Yeah. I quite frankly, I don't enjoy being, like I said, I don't like being the big spoon. I find it frankly very uncomfortable. But I hope you. My arm always falls asleep, so I hope that you can caress me and hold me in your arms. Lovingly. Amen. All right, you let me on.
Man, comedian number 4. Covered a lot of ground there.
How's your show?
Thoughts, concerns?
Well, I mean, I have one question, but I can ask it.
What do you
I just
want
want
to
to
ask?
know, does he know the wordle from today? He's such a nerd.
Oh,
so
that's
fast.
amazing.
I did that in 6 seconds.
It's really funny. I'm really. Are you good at Wordle?
I mean, I did it today. I mean, it took 6 tries. That's probably some of you guys. That fourth letter? Anyone? Okay, then just me being a dumb bitch.
I'm really bad at it. I usually don't get it.
Well, I pay for like the New York Times crossword subscription, you know? Thank you.
What else is
Some
it?
adults in this fucking place.
Oh, man.
Pastry guy.
Yeah, a lot of money talk today. What's it called? So let's recap the 4 comedians. You had the mommy's boy. You had the orthopedic wearing guy. You had the very passionate dog show watcher. And then you had that guy that just had. Do you have an inkling of who you might pick, or do you want everybody to yell at you again?
Oh, I'd love for people yelling at me.
All right, everybody, 3 seconds. Give me the hands. Give me the voices. There we go. Go, go. Oh, a lot of people just raising their hands, not talking. You can yell. All right, ooh, all over the place. Somebody raised a 5. What's that mean? All right, you have an inkling of who you might pick?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get all 4 comedians back out here. Everybody, please welcome to the stage. Man, this song is not appropriate for children. Trevor, you don't have to. You could finish it later. All right.
I was hoping there was a second one.
No, one for
Do you like that
Justin.
intermission?
No, the intermission's immediately after this. All right. So you know who you're gonna pick?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, do a little drum roll, please. Shelby, who are you picking?
Comedian 3!
Comedian 1, 2, and 4. Sayonara. Go back downstage. Go take a shower or cry. Oh man. Wow. Comedian number 3. All right. Oh my God. She's stoked. She's stoked. Play the music. Play the music. Let's pull away this curtain. You ready to meet him? Oh my God.
Winston, the French bulldog. Everyone wants Mister. I can get into it. He's owned by the LA Chargers. I can get into it. I'll say it. Okay, bye now.
Wow, just dumped a secret and ran off into the night.
Listen, that's how I said I like it.
It doesn't get much better than everybody. Please give a round for Shelby. Thank you, Shelby. Like Shelby mentioned a couple times. Oh, hey, look, the tennis ball's over here. Here you go. Sorry, you said you didn't want it. Okay. Just like I said, we're gonna take a brief intermission right now. So go to the bathroom, get a drink, come back in about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap this puppy up one last round. All right. See you in 5 to 10 minutes. Get you guys ready for some more comedy. We're gonna bring a couple comedians before the last round, but before that all starts, I've been giving the people who come on stage some prizes, but you guys are the real heroes coming out on a Tuesday night. Check under your seats. There might be a little special prize under there. All right, check under there. Oh my God! Check under the seats. Who knows what's under there? Oh my God! There's nothing there. I don't know. Somebody check. Oh my God! What'd you get? What is that? What'd you get? What'd you get? Oh my God! What's that say? An iPhone! Oh my God! Oh, who's the best host of all time? It's me. All right.
Thank you for coming to the show.
Oh, don't ruin it. Oh man, is somebody got an Easter egg full of change? Yeah, that's right. I'm a grandma. What's up? All right, that's funny. You guys ready to meet your first comedian with post intermission? Hey, let's dance clapping. Please look at the prettiest guy in Philadelphia, Liam Paris.
Oh my God! What's up, Underground? How we doing? Yeah. We just oh, nice. Bro, you got this on my one hand. Wrote, fuck you, you Ron Weasley looking motherfucker on the other hand. I look like Ron Weasley, right? Yeah, you see, you're right here, you get it, right? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Are we excited about dating? Who is single right now? Yeah? You're single? What apps are you on? Looking right at you. Yeah, you got the droop in your mouth. Yeah. What apps are you on? Bumble? Anything else? Hinge! Yeah, we all say Hinge that way because it's so straight, right? Yeah, write a freaking novel on that. I'm the prettiest comic in Philadelphia. Clap it up for my fragile ego. Yeah. It's a hard-fought title. You know, I really had to work hard to get that title because I gave it to myself. But you just do that, right? Like, that's branding. You know? Like, what do you do for a living?
I work remotely.
You work remotely. You're getting away from everybody, but what are you doing? What lives do you touch remotely?
I produce videos.
You produce videos. You can tell everybody. Yeah, clap it up for producing videos. You just tell everybody you're like the most, the cleanest video editor if you wanted. Yeah. Hell yeah. What do you do for a living, Beanie?
Disability care.
Disability care? Oh my god. What is, nah, you can just tell everybody that you're the most friendly disability care person. And they believe you, because that's what you do. I love a wireless mic. I just get to run around like it's playtime, like it's recess, you know? I like being the prettiest comic in Philadelphia. I like wearing this choker. I feel like it's a nice way to feel pretty. I feel like it's also a nice little dip. Dipping my toes into the big pool of gender. You know? Yeah, right? Like, it's just a little dip in. I'm trying to figure it out. They, he, sometimes, you know? My dad looks at it like I'm lighting myself on fire, right? I was with him recently, soon to see him again for the holiday, and we were driving around and we were at a four-way intersection, and there was a traffic light and it's red, and he is just parked and just staring right into my neck, right? Like right through my neck. And the light turns green, and he's still just staring into my neck, right? And I said, hey, we gotta go. And he just yells out, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen anybody wear. And it's like, fellas, is it gay to protect your neck? From the fashion police, I don't know. I don't even think it's that gay. I feel like my dad's probably upset that I look like a Sugar Ray fan, you know? I like to wear glitter a lot. I don't think he's upset that I'm pushing boundaries. He's probably upset that I watch Euphoria a lot, you know? Not upset that I'm the prettiest comic in Philadelphia. He's upset that I'm a comic in Philadelphia. You know, I'm up here talking regular jokes because I won this show too many times. That's why I can't do it anymore. I won it like 3 times. And I never went on a date with anybody. You get so much confidence and you're like, oh, hell yeah. And you walk backstage and you realize that it was all smoke and mirrors. And you can't say, I got canceled after that once. Ask me how, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm polyamorous. I probably didn't help with the asking people. Yeah. Clap it up if you know what that means. Yeah? What does it mean in your own words? Please, just anything. What, come on. We're not who's a gender studies student here? You are? Alright, well now I'm ready. I'm looking. This better be to a T, baby, because I need to know as well. Because I'm pissing off a lot of people. Let's get it.
An ethical way to see multiple people.
An ethical way to see multiple people. Clap it up for that. Translation, we're fucking right. Oh my god. It's great, you know? I feel like my heart's not tied down. I can give it to as many people as I want. And I'm dating 2 people right now. 2 people. Clap it up for the prettiest guy who won this show so many times. Dating 2 people right now. Currently in a relationship with capitalism and guilt. They both fuck me really good. Which is sick. I'm working on a new joke that I'm really excited about. You guys have been a great crowd, and I'm really going to push it through with this one. But I'm so excited about this joke. I think comedians don't let themselves get excited about jokes anymore. But when you write a joke that is so good you want to share with people. So we're gonna this new joke. It's about soda, right? It's a new joke about soda, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So, what's your favorite soda? And if you don't drink, just make something up for me, please. Sprite. Wow, it doesn't work for the joke, unfortunately. What's your favorite soda?
Root beer.
What kind?
A&W.
A&W is a great choice. Clap it up for A&W. But it doesn't work for the joke, unfortunately. What's your favorite soda?
Coke.
Coke is so close. Coke is close, but it doesn't work. Let's yell out some sodas, because I need it. Diet Dr. Pepper doesn't work for the joke. Fanta doesn't work for the joke. Pepsi, again, we're getting, it's a cola soda. How do we feel about that? It's a brand of cola. So, ginger ale, what kind?
Canada Dry.
Yeah, it doesn't work because it's not ginger ale, it's a cola soda. Dr. Pepper Schwab? Tab? No, it's not Tab. I'll give you a hint. It starts with an R. RC Cola! Disability guy! What's your name? And just lie. Come on, please. I'm so excited about this joke. Just lie when you're here. You like RC Cola?
Love it.
Yeah, hell yeah. What's the best memory you've ever had drinking RC Cola?
My dad told me he was proud of me.
Oh, you were drinking the soda! You were drinking the soda and he told you you were proud. That's so good. I would be so excited, like, when my dad would tell me I'm proud, and I would be so excited to tell my dad this joke. So let's get ready for it. RC Cola. What does that stand for? Really cool? I love that soda. I was very excited to tell that joke. And I'm glad you could all be here to hear it. Anybody have Disney Plus these days? Yeah? What are we watching on Disney Plus? Yell it out. The Simpsons, hell yeah. Why'd they have to take it away from the dang FX thing, Every Simpson all at once. I like watching the Pixar things. Anybody like watching Pixar stuff? Yeah, what's your favorite Pixar movie?
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Oh my god. What'd you think of the sequel? That's too long. I don't remember. I can't. It was okay. We can say it was me. That's all we have to say. I like watching the Pixar stuff. I think Pixar's a really cool company because Pixar, the entire length of their creation as a company, they've been dedicated to two things, right? They've been dedicated to pushing computer animation as far as it can go. And you see it everywhere. You got the water in Finding Nemo is pretty good, right? And the fur in Monsters Inc. is pretty nice. And Encanto is looking good, And that's their first goal, is to make things look really nice. And then their second goal, of course, is to just keep reminding me about my dead mom. It's okay, I'm down to therapy, I'm working through it. But really, even before she died, they were like, we're going to make things look good, and we're going to remind Liam about his mom who died on his birthday, right? It's crazy. And it shows up everywhere, right? Like, you've seen the shorts. Everybody's seen the Pixar shorts. You got the one where it's like the one volcano and the other volcano, but they're too far away from each other, and it's sad. Or the other one where it's like the mom, and she makes the dumpling, and it's her son. Yeah, you see it. Yeah, you know it. And she eats the son because she's sad about her son. Or there's that moment in Bug's Life when the main bug looks directly in the camera and says, Liam, grief is not a linear process. Alright, let's get this thing going. I hope y'all find the love.
One more time to Liam, everybody. We got one more special treat for one of my favorite comics in Philadelphia. Come to the stage right now. Please welcome Mr. Blake Wexler.
Silence. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Keep it going for Shane if you have time. If you can find the time. It's good to see you. I know this is a dating show, but I
I have some personal news. I got married last month to a human woman. Thank you. Who's alive and well. And this is wild. It's kind of surreal thinking this, but so Shane's been doing this show for years. He used to do it at a place called Good Good Comedy Club in Chinatown. And my wife and I met while I was doing this show. And a few years later, we're married, which is not true. That's a lie. I'm not a fucking idiot. I know, I'm just joking. That devalues the entire show that I'm on. No, it's a great show. It's a great show, and no, we would have, had we met that way, we would have gotten married. Let's put these away. So, that's a little stage trick that I had. No, all right. I started off our relationship on a lie, and I apologize. Okay, you shouldn't do that, and I take it all back. So, but we did get married. My wife and I got married a month ago, and the morning of our wedding, we had like our wedding later in the day. So we had some time together before the wedding, which was amazing. So we hung out, and my wife has an amazing sense of humor, and by that I mean she finds me funny, and she has a great sense of humor. And she was making me laugh, and we were telling stories about the last date that we went on before we met each other. And I promise everything else I say in this set will be true, and I apologize for lying. I do promise. So we were talking about the last date that we went on before we met each other. And she had a great story, and my story was, so side note, I carry mints on me all the time. I always have mints, right? Bad breath, unacceptable. And sometimes not even in a container, sometimes just loose in my pockets. I'm fun. And so, last date I went on before I met my wife, I'm going into the restaurant, and I was very fortunate that this girl gave me a chance, and we're walking in, and I noticed that my shoe was untied. And I bend over to tie my shoe, and then 30 loose white mints came cascading out of the pocket of my shirt onto the ground. I was like, I gotta be funny, and I woke up at her, and I go, my teeth! And no laughs. No laughs. I was like, we shouldn't even do this, right? She was like, no, we should not. Good luck. And no romantic date has ever ended in good luck. Enjoy the third fiscal quarter, whatever the fuck that is. So, we got married, and the next day we went on our honeymoon. We saved up some money, and we went to Portugal the next day. And very lucky, beautiful place. I got to go there with the love of my life, and we're in Newark International Airport, waiting to fly out that night. And yeah, if no one's ever moved Newark, it's the worst airport in the entire. If you have a fucking tram that never ends, that goes around the piece of shit, it is a great airport, and that was a little more vitriol than I hoped to have. Speaking about an airport, but yeah, Newark as a city, maybe that's why you're willing, but we'll catch up. And well, I'm more of a LaGuardia fella, but who else wants to talk airports? JFK, anyone? JFK, yes. Gone too soon. The president, the airport is still there, and the airport did not meet a similar demise. That was okay. So is there a Lee Harvey Oswald? There isn't. So I thought air was coming out of my body, and am I deflating? No, just metaphorically. So I'm just deflating the audience, unfortunately, for that. I apologize. But so we're in Newark International Airport, a C- of an airport, and 4 out of 10 stars. So why not lower it to 2 out of 5? I don't know. So some of you are looking at me right now like, is this his act? It kind of is. It has been, unfortunately. So we're in the airport, all right? We're waiting to board the flight. We're waiting to go on our honeymoon. And it was previous night, best night of my life. The next 2 weeks, best 2 weeks of my life, or however long, a week and a half. And I don't want you to think I'm loaded. So the next, we were out for 10 months. And it's been a good year. So we're waiting to board the airplane. And this person comes over the loudspeaker, and it's international terminal, international staff, and the person goes, Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very... And by the way, this voice is not offensive because this is not the voice of any culture. What I'm doing right now. This accent does not exist. This isn't offensive. It's a lack of talent, to be honest. It's a lack of talent on my part. So here's the part. So someone comes on the loudspeaker and goes, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are very, very sorry, but there is a delay of the flight. This is a very dirty airplane. There is dirt and oil in the carpet, so we had to recall the cleaning crew for a second time. We apologize for the inconvenience. The flight has been delayed 20 minutes. And I fly for a living. I fly to do comedy, and I've had a lot of flights delayed. I've never had a plane delayed because it was too dirty. It was a very, very dirty airplane. But we're still rolling off the high of our wedding. It's not like we have a connection or anything. So we're like, 20 minutes, who cares? It's not going to put us in a bad mood. So 20 minutes goes by, and then we hear, yes, this plane is a filthy airplane. There is gum in the seats, so we have had to delay the airplane for a second time. We called the cleaning crew for a third time. We apologize for the inconvenience. It shall be delayed 20 minutes, so we apologize for that. And I turned to my wife, I'm like, how dirty is this fucking plane? What happened in there? What did they do in there? And I, for the first moment, start to see her spirits drop a little bit. She was really excited for the honeymoon. We're just standing there, and that broke my heart because I wanted her to have the best time. So to cheer her up, I started making fake announcements in the line about why the plane was delayed because of how dirty it was. So we're standing there for another 20 minutes. I go, boop. Yes, fuck me. This plane is fucked. So we have our coach was filled with people with celiac disease, and they were given a gluten-free Nutri-Grain bars. And you picture how crummy a regular Nutri-Grain bar is. Now put the almond flour in it, and that was fucked with crumbs. The whole plane, we have 6 dead, crushed underneath the crumbs of the gluten-free Nutri-Grain. We are fucked. Suck your dick with my ass. What is that, Americanus? I do not know what it is, but we are fucked here. The plane has been delayed again. We have to recall the cleaning crew for a 4th time. We apologize for the inconvenience. Boop. Boop. Fuck my family. Oh God. Oh God, no. Oh no. Okay, so there was an issue with the toilets have overflowed because they were jammed full with merchandise from the 1998 New York Yankees. And we have a Derek Jeter glove. Splunge down the front seats of the first class toilet. Then we've got a Jorge Posada bat plunge down seat in middle. And then we have an Andy Petite cleat shoved down the toilet in the back. So we had to recall the cleaning crew for a 5th time. Boop. Oh God, no! Oh God, no! This plane will have to be buried underneath 100 feet of sand. We cannot have this plane take off. This plane is fucked. The plane's canceled. The flight is canceled. Fuck your honeymoon. Boop. And we're still married despite all that. So we are still, and I'm sweating from talking. And generally there's an applause break where I can grab a drink. But we don't all have that liberty tonight. So, alright, I'll do one more that requires significantly less energy. So, I can take a note. Is this one, is it funnier if I do? So okay, this is the day to tell, this is Jeffrey Wright. Anyway, so, you saw the show. So, last thing, the wedding night, best night of my life, the morning after, worst morning of my life. I was so fucking hungover, I felt like I fell out of a helicopter and landed on top of another helicopter. It was hell. And I turned to my wife and I said, I feel like a disaster. Do you have anything I can take? Anything? And she starts rooting through her bag and she goes, I'm sorry, I don't have anything at all. And I go, nothing! And I realize that voice doesn't scream provider. I realize it doesn't even whisper provider. And so I go, like, seriously, you have nothing? And she keeps going through her stuff. And she goes, well, actually, I have Midol. And I said, what is that? It sounds efficient, right? Like Michael, you know, it sounds like it can send you to the space, Daddy. And I said, what is it? By the way, if you don't know what Midol does, it's what people take when they're experiencing premenstrual symptoms. See how nervous I just got? What was I trying to say? Premenstrual symptoms. And so I was like, all right, what does it do? Beggars can't be choosers. Tell me about this Midol. And she goes, well, it helps with cramps. Sorry, I have fake teeth back there and they just fell over. I don't know what that riff was. Sorry, is that what my accent's like? So, I said my tooth cup fell over. I said to my wife, what does this Midol do? And she goes, well, it helps with cramps. And I said, I have terrible goddamn cramps right now. My tummy's a mess. What else does it do? And she goes, and it helps with bloating. And I was like, I ate very late last night. I ate past 10. I'm quite bloated. What else does it do? We're 2 for 2. And she goes, and it actually helps with headache. And I go, give it to me! And I swear to God, I took 2 Midols. And I had never, ever felt so good in my entire life. So now I just take Midol. I take it all the time. I'm on 4 right now, and I'm glowing, Daddy. I am glowing. Enjoy the rest of the show. This is so much fun. You've been so great. Enjoy the dating portion. Enjoy the exchange.
Hey, give her a Blake. That's right. Him and his wife met right here on this stage. We've been on before, for sure. All right. We got one more round. We're going to get started right now. You guys ready to meet your final contestant of the evening? Oh, man. Had all that time, couldn't advance the papers. What's going on, dude? You okay? Wow, I'm doing a full Blake up here. All right, talking to myself. We'll call back again. All right, so you ready to meet your next contestant? All right, Tim is a gender fluid guy who is cursed with an appreciation for third wave coffee and is trying to set healthy boundaries with their sports fandom. They enjoy making art in private and consuming art in public. Everybody, please welcome Tim. Would you like a beverage?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
Can I do that? Be real?
Do what?
Can I be real?
Yeah, of course. What is that?
You know what Be Real is?
No, I'm 100.
You want to take a selfie?
Yeah, sure.
Everybody smile.
We hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Wow. Wow, that was so millennial. That was exciting.
I know.
I haven't been. I've never been real. God, alright, wait, I really need to ask you, what the heck is third wave coffee?
It's the wave after Starbucks. Does that help?
No! What's the first wave?
Like Folgers?
Okay, Folgers in your cup.
Coffee.
Yummy.
Everybody's home is Folgers. Like,
oh, Maxwell House.
Yeah. Okay. You got it. And then, like Pete's and Starbucks. So, like, it's in stores, we care about where it comes from.
Okay.
And then third wave is, like, small batch roasters, like Lackalone, like Reanimators here in Philadelphia. Woo!
I remember when Lackalone was just in the store, and it wasn't in the stores, you know what I mean?
No.
You know, they got the cans in stores all over the country. Before, there used to just be a place in town you'd walk to. Remember that? Remember being old? No. What's this? You want to set healthy boundaries with sports? That's not how sports work.
Yeah, I think I realized that that's not how sports work. I'm trying to change the formula.
Yeah.
I really take it. I think I can't. I take it personally.
Which one impacts you the most? You think of the sports?
It used to be football, and then I think I did actually do a good job of setting a boundary with football. So I like don't. Because it's only on once a week, so like on that day of the week, I'm just like I'm gonna do something else. Baseball lately, when the Phillies.
Talk about the Titans.
Yeah, they was in the World Series. I'm from Pittsburgh. And then we sniffed the World Series.
That's true.
So when the Phillies were in the World Series, I was overwhelmed.
Close enough.
Very close. I've adopted most Philly sports teams for myself. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, standing ovation, or if the Sixers won.
Sports fan.
Yeah, they beat the Nets. Isn't that crazy?
That's great.
We don't have 3 of our best players. Nobody cares.
This is kind of really tough for me because I don't have a basketball team, so I really like.
Oh, sure. You just have to pick Panthers.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh, you have to pick that.
This is so confusing.
You guys remember DeJuan Blair?
Yeah.
Man, that was big.
Carl Crowder?
I don't know why I looked at this. It just says comedy, dating, art.
Comedy?
Wait, the art. Oh yeah, you got the art.
Yeah, I don't like audiences. Sorry.
Do you want to talk about some of the art you do in private, or is it too private?
That's fine. I write a lot. I write poems.
Any particular format?
No, I just write a lot, and sometimes it comes out as a poem.
Nice.
And sometimes I'm trying to get better at like trying to get it published, but I went to school to do that.
Okay.
And it ruined it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the taking apart of all the quatrains and stuff?
No. Just like when you go to school for, I think when you go to school for anything, they're like, here's how you make money at it. You know?
Yeah, that's what happened to me at business school. It ruined business for me. Business. Yeah, I think big tech is bad now because I went to school. Same tech.
Is it?
I don't know, I got a degree in
Someone say no.
I think advertising is a facet of marketing. Would you agree with me there? Do you want to talk about the marketing mix?
You can tell me about it, I don't know anything about it.
I don't remember anything from college. I found my college marketing notes when I was cleaning out my parents' house. It was 4 pages of loose leaf paper stapled together. It said marketing notes. Oh my God. Do you like comedy? Do you have a favorite comedian? No one's able to recall their favorite comedian.
I have a couple.
Okay.
I think my most favorite, I like Steve Martin a lot.
Oh yeah, they go, wow, he's a crazy and wild guy. He's a wild crazy guy.
Wild and crazy guy.
Yeah.
He puts the arrow through his head.
That's true. He takes everybody into a pool.
Funny. What?
Yeah, you read his book? Oh man, he after a show, there was a public pool across the street. He's like, everybody follow me. And then they all just jumped into an empty pool. And he was like, I'm too powerful now. And then he went to arenas. You gotta read his book. Listen to the audiobook. He cries during it. It's really good.
Did he read it himself?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Steve Martin can read. A lot of people think because he plays the banjo, he may not be reading good, but he's reading good. I'll tell you that.
He's a New Yorker.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I read his novel about the art industry and the art galleries in New York in the 80s and 90s, and ooh, let me tell you, pretentious. Okay.
Did you like the Murders in the Building?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love Martin Short.
They're really good together.
Yeah, I think they should be best friends. Yeah, I think they should perform.
Just work for
I think they should have a Netflix special together. Okay. That was great. So, how's dating going? I feel that. Yeah.
I don't know what
You think this show could be the game changer for you?
Maybe.
Do you have a favorite first date you ever been on?
Oh, worst first date.
Let's hear it.
I went on Lex. Do you know what Lex is?
Lexapro?
It's like classifieds, like for like the queer community mostly.
Okay.
I just watched, I think like one of the Ocean's movies. 12.
Okay, 12 Bricks.
12 Bricks. So I posted that I wanted to go to the casino.
Okay.
Very
Very natural. You should want to go to art museum after it's installed.
Go for it.
Continue.
And so somebody on the gay internet said, I'll go to the casino with you. And so we did, and we went to, what's the casino in like Fishtown?
Parks. Rivers? Three Rivers. Which one? Three Rivers.
Yeah, we smoked weed outside, and then I spent $20. I didn't win anything. It's really loud in there, and it wasn't even like when it was busy, so it was just like loud and empty.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't really talk or do anything. And then we sat like in front of the river for a couple hours and smoked cigarettes and talked, and then I didn't get to eat dinner that night. So, thank you.
Dan, if you go to the casino, I should go see somebody's checking account, honestly. If you want to check it out.
Is that a callback?
Yeah, man, I'm calling back left and right. I got unlimited minutes, and I'm using them all. Let's see, I think it's time for the lightning round. You ready for the lightning round, Tim?
Yep.
I'll never regret those 4 days I spent in the forest recording it. Alright, so I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions in a row and then try to do your best and we'll see how it goes, alright?
Yep.
Start that clock. Alright, over, under, or down under?
Down under.
Outback or Olive Garden?
Outback.
Pour over or come over?
Pour over.
Water or water?
Water.
Water or water?
What?
Water or water?
Water.
Alright. Cheers or Frasier?
Cheers.
Thank God. Celebrity crush?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Nice, nice. Favorite TV show?
Mad Men.
Yeah, Tom Draper or Tony Soprano. How'd you know?
Done.
Okay, dinner or drinks?
Drinks.
All right, for your last question, we surveyed 100 people. Name something a snowman might have nightmares about.
Summer.
Yes, summer's on the list. Oh man. It was summer, a blow dryer, and open flame. That was the big one. All right, guys, ready to be your first comedian? All right, the final round. All right, comedian number one is a stocky stalker who loves avoiding responsibility and watching thousands of hours of shows and movies instead. She enjoys attempting to keep plants alive and twerking in the mirror. Everybody, please welcome comedian number one.
Yes! Are we still excited to be here? Yay! I'm excited to be here too. I got so excited that I accidentally dressed like the kindergarten teacher that stormed the Capitol. Yee, I am not her. But I guess we do dress the same, which is something I'm probably going to have to address a little later. Everybody from Philly here? I'm from Philly. Everybody from Philly? What's up? What's up? We're doing great this year, right? We're fucking killing it. But let's be honest, Philly's fucking crazy, right? It's like fucking insane. The other day I saw a truck T-bone a car in the intersection, and I gotta say, I've never seen both the suspect and the victim of a crime run from the scene of a crime before. I was like, wait a second! I will tell you who is in trouble. I saw everything. Or did I see anything? Can't say you saw anything around here. I know that. I used to live in Port Richmond. Anybody live in Port Richmond? Yeah, what's up? We left though. We had to move because like during the riots, everybody started blowing up the ATMs. You hear about that? Everybody started blowing up the ATMs everywhere, and we're like, oh my god, they don't believe in commerce. We gotta get the fuck out of here. It was insane. No, but I loved it there, man. True story. I actually caught a guy masturbating in front of my house. Yeah. I don't know what's worse, the fact that he was like yanking his twank like right outside my front door, or the fact that I just watched him to completion. Just. Is this real? Oh my god, you came to the wrong house, motherfucker, because I'm digging it. You know? Like, I'm into it. I call your creepy homeless shit and I raise you some creepy voyeur shit, you motherfucker. So we're dating now. Hope you're open. They told us not to talk about dating today, but I will. He's good with children. He says that. No, it's good though. I'm not from here, and I was kind of scared to tell my parents that I wanted to move here. Because a lot of comedians have said, like, telling your parents that you want to be a comedian is a lot like telling your parents that you're gay. Except, if you tell your parents you're gay, and they don't want you to be gay, then your parents are fucking assholes, right? But if you tell your parents that you want to pursue a career in comedy and move to Philadelphia, I don't know, I just feel like that's good parenting. I can't argue with it, but fuck you, Mom, I'm 37, I'll do whatever the hell I want. Live in this house anymore? No, it's lovely. I've actually been here for a few years, so I'm already starting to feel like the personification of Philadelphia, right? Like, I too have been filled with hoagies and cheese whiz for like fucking decades, right? In the right light, I also am a little trashy, you know? But even though I'm getting old as shit, every once in a while, someone wants to come see this old city, you know what I mean? I'm gonna come visit this Independence Hall, baby. Yes, that's my vagina. That's my new name for my vagina now. Independence Hall. Isn't that like the perfect name for a vagina ever? Right? It's like classy, right? Sassy. Historical. Who doesn't want a historical vagina? Come on now. And just like the real Independence Hall, I also didn't let black dudes in at first. But when I did, I was way better for it. You know what I mean? Yeah! Progress, motherfucker! It's just been a few. It's just been a few black dudes. Not a lot. Not a lot of them. I love it. No, aging does suck, right, sir? Yeah. It's bad. I'm only 37 and my tits are already starting to look like Forrest Whitaker's eyes. You know what I mean? The right one's perfect, but the left one's like, there's a story there. What is happening? Like, give us the deets. We want to know. It's low hanging, that's all I'm saying. I just found out that Forrest Whitaker's daughter is actually in porn. That's true. Yeah, I found that out. And I watched it. Same tits. And I'm like, are we sisters? What is happening? I just like the fact to think that we would be sisters because her tits look like my eyes. But whatever. If you're not on board, it's fine. I'm down with it. Yeah, I am 37, that is true. And I gotta say, there's been a lot more pants peeing in my late 30s than I thought there would be. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's happening way earlier than they said on the fucking Depends commercials. Like, they lied to us, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure I've peed my pants way more in my 30s than I have any other time in my life, including babydom. I don't, I'm positive of that. All right, I'm Rachel. Give it up for your host.
How do you feel about historical landmarks? Very good. Yeah. What else do you think about community number one?
I also recently beat my pants, so.
Really? What happened? Is it a story you want to share with these strangers?
It's, in the summertime, you don't really want to go back inside.
What? That's where the air conditioning is.
It's nice out. Go for a walk.
Go for a pee running down my leg. I can't process that. All right, let's meet together here next comedian. Comedian number two is a stoner goddess, born and raised in Philadelphia. She enjoys roller skating, happy hour appetizers, and making out. Everybody, please welcome comedian number two.
All right, comedian number two. The fuck is up, underground arts and mysterious person behind this curtain? Maybe the mental love of my life. Let's see. Let's get saucy with it. A little bit about myself. I've been doing comedy for about over 3 years now, actually, which is crazy. So I'm thinking about adopting like a stage name, something that like fits my views more than my birth name. Something like Big Fat Drippin' Wet Coochie, you know what I'm saying? Background from all this good coochie. We gotta talk to a big coochie. Yeah, the ocean from there. It's crazy. Okay. Can't tell coochie jokes everywhere. I learned that the hard way. It's a lot of jokes you can't tell a lot of places. Okay, not everywhere's like Philly. You know? I did where are you from?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh original.
Really? Boo.
Boo. Boo.
Nah, I love Pittsburgh. One of my favorite cities to perform in is New York, right? Love it. More than Pittsburgh. But I was up there a couple months ago, when I told the 9/11 joke. And it bombed. And I ain't say nothing disrespectful or no shit like that, I just asked them what the Ninja Turtles were on that day. America needed the most. Okay, I did an open mic in Charlotte, North Carolina once. Yeah, and they were like, it's clean, like you can't curse, you can't say any bad words in your set. I was like, you lynch people here. Say blah blah blah. My favorite thing to do is smoke weed. Who else? Remember when you first started smoking when you were like 15? You did it on the weekends and you got the giggles. Now you gotta do it every single day so you don't get depressed. Where we at? 4.2 million Americans. I like doing silly shit when I get high. You know, I like to like exhale on bugs so they get high with me. I like getting high before work because I like getting scared. I'm an art teacher. People are always telling me that the children are the future. Not when I'm around. You ain't gotta worry about that. No, I quit teaching, actually. They were just hiring like anyone over the pandemic. It was crazy. I don't even have a degree. I'm a comedian. I don't work there anymore. I work at an old folks home, which is super fun. I love getting high before going there. Because I feel like being a stoner is a lot like being an 80-year-old man. You know? You're confused. You're moving around real slow. You're a burden to your whole family. One of my favorite ways to smoke weed is with white people. That's because white people will make a bong out of anything. You know, black people, if there's no backwoods, no biggie. See you tomorrow. White people will just have like an apple and a Florence and the Machine mixtape. You're getting fucked up. Okay. Person behind the curtain, you like psychedelics?
I don't have a lot of experience with them, but I'm not opposed. Like I try it. I try it.
Okay, maybe well, my ideal date, I like to take shrooms before going into IKEA. We can live out all 1,000 of our lives one time in all the living rooms. Pretty romantic, I don't know.
Maybe.
I took shrooms once at home, you know, made my cat sound like a fucking Animal Crossing character. I haven't been dating around though, it's crazy. Downloaded all the apps, trying to find all the unemployed skaters in my area. Quite a few. One thing I don't like about dating, I don't like when guys get cocky when they're eating you out and your legs start shaking. You know? They're shaking because I'm out of shape. It's not what you think this is. I like dating guys older than me. I'm 24. And I like older guys because guys my age do not have bed frames. Call me old fashioned. But I love a man with some furniture. I'm going to do one more then get out of here. Through my dating, I did discover a kink of mine. Do you guys want to hear it? Genuine kindness and respect, you know? Yeah, so I don't get off to porn anymore. I just watch Chick-fil-A training videos. My pleasure. Thank you so much, guys.
Loose at the end there. Sound like a video game character doing a double jump. What do you think of comedian number 2?
The first time, can I tell you a story?
Sure.
The first time I ever did mushrooms, I went to see Fast 9, whatever the last Fast and Furious movie was. And when they went to space, sorry, spoiler alert.
I haven't seen any of them.
It's great, it's gonna be good no matter what. They go to space, I won't tell you who goes to space.
Okay.
But they do go to space.
Paul Walker?
No.
I haven't seen any of them. I only saw the trailer for the first one. And he was in it.
I cried when they went to space.
Hey, because of the mushrooms?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Wow, man.
They made it! They made it!
You think it was really in space or you think it was CGI?
They do it.
With their budget? That's better than the time I did mushrooms.
What did you do?
I just tried to get squirrels to touch my hand in the park. And I was successful, okay? get on mushrooms, the squirrels can sense you're one with nature. Anyway, this isn't about me. Okay, we're gonna get one more comedian. You're gonna make a big decision. You ready for the next, the last comedian? Mario. Alright. Comedian number 3 is a dumb bitch who. Hey, I didn't read it. Who loves Survivor and Irish whiskey. She enjoys fast forwarding through the commercials and falling asleep on the couch. Everybody, please welcome comedian number 3.
Hey. I can't believe you called me a dumb bitch. Shane. I always say something like that because Shane has to say it. And they call me a nasty slut. Just fun hearing out of his voice. Hi, you guys. Are you guys okay? It's like you guys are all acting like you're on a first date. Loosen your bite hole, you know? Like, loosen up a little bit. Are you okay over there? I'm gonna check on you.
I do.
He has to go to the bathroom. Let him go.
Yeah, can I go?
No. Damn, this is the worst date I've ever been on. It's not, actually. Believe it or not. I hate dating. I'm not supposed to say that. I hate dating. I feel like in dating I meet a lot of guys that are very impressed by a woman that can eat a big meal. That's so weird, right? It's especially weird because I've yet to meet a guy that's impressed when I take a giant shit. It's like, where do you think that came from? Your girl's eating! Here's the evidence, you sick fuck. I don't know. If one also the other, right? Trying to figure mine out. I'm a very horny person, but I don't like anyone's personality. You know? It's like I want to fuck, but I don't want to talk. This is actually the ideal situation for me. I didn't realize he also had a microphone. I would have never agreed to this. Never. My guy friends think it should be easy for me though, because I'm like a cute girl. I should be able to like get dressed up if I'm horny, like go out, be flirty, find someone to have sex with. And I think that that would be true if guys weren't dumb, you know? I'm gonna isolate half the audience and most of the comedians, but I think sometimes I'll be throwing myself at a guy and he's like, why don't I tell you what I know about Bitcoin? I'm like, what? Do you know about the blockchain? How big's your dick? I don't care when you invest it. It's also down right now, stop talking about it. Do you guys hate me? Like, what's happening? I don't know. Is he hating me so viscerally that you guys are like, we can't be on board?
We're doing great.
I hate that. I hate when somebody else says you're doing great. Like, if I was doing great, you wouldn't even have the opportunity to be speaking. Like, shut the fuck. Thank you for being so supportive, but shut the fuck up. Men do that all the time. They're like, you're doing fantastic. It's like, you're the problem, actually. I'm mad at you. Why are you telling me I'm doing a good job? Sorry. I had a really bad day. I watched too much Dr. Phil. That's true. I keep working from home. I keep watching Dr. Phil. I'm obsessed. And today, like, I was watching an episode and it was like this girl, she was depressed. She's a teenager. She wasn't even. She was 24. I thought it was... Are 24-year-olds teenagers now? Like, I don't know. Are we okay as a society? This isn't my set that I planned on, but most first dates go like this. I start out really cool and then I just start talking about Dr. Phil. Oh my god, I love Dr. Phil. Sorry, I'm not in love with you, I'm in love with Dr. Phil. This girl was just like, he was like, why did you write in to talk to me? And I'm like, that's all you had to do? I've been struggling with depression for 31 years, all I have to do is write to Dr. Phil. I can write, and I love Dr. Phil. I've been writing to Dr. Phil in my journal my whole life. All I have to do is scan this and send it in. I don't know. One time though, because now I'm just talking about, should I do jokes? Like, how much time do I have left?
Minute 30.
I'm going to talk about Dr. Phil. Okay, I'm going to talk about Dr. Phil for a second. I'm obsessed. I'm sorry. I don't care about you anymore. Don't pick me. My heart belongs to Phil. My heart's filled. I'm a comedian. Thank you. It's off the dome. Okay. Can you send this? Please send this to Dr. I need help. My family doesn't care about me. I need his help. I love him. I'm so sorry. I'm totally distracted. My heart's pounding so hard for Phil. No, I did watch this one episode of Dr. Phil that was so crazy. It was about this lady who, her husband was addicted to weed. And I know you don't think that can happen, but it's true. Don't lie to me right now. Like 45 minutes of Phil. This is a whole episode. No, I'll make this quick. This not the set. I have actual jokes. I don't know. I was sitting in the back for so long. I fell in love with him. And I'm sorry. I did look at you. You look like you're going. Okay, sorry. Okay. What was I talking about? Dr. Phil. I actually have to get out of here. Okay. Shane, can I talk about this for a second?
You got 30 seconds for more Phil talk.
Oh, okay. I can't do this. Okay. There was an episode of Dr. Phil. I'm going to do this as fast as I possibly can. I'm biggest donor ever. This is never going to happen. I watched this episode of Dr. Phil. This guy was addicted to weed. I was like, that can't happen. But then I watched the episode and I was like, that absolutely can happen. This guy was like smoking Res Bowls before going into the supermarket. He looked exactly like this guy. Anyway. Sorry, I had to sneak that in. Anyway, they brought him to because they wanted to fix him. But he lived in like rural bumblefuck whatever where they didn't have real weed. So they brought him to LA and he had real weed. He had California weed for the first time. So they were trying to interview him and he was like, the shit you have out here is like fucking like he couldn't even do the interviews. He got so high from coming out to LA to do the show. So if anything, Dr. Phil made him more addicted to weed. And that's why I have to go on Dr. Phil because I'm okay, this sucked. Who said that? Are you single? Oh, fuck this guy. I'll date anybody. You're my next girlfriend. I love you. I'll dump Dr. Phil for you. Is that? I gotta get out of here. Bye.
I feel like a lot of that last comedian ended on this question. How do you feel about Dr. Phil?
I have no opinion. I did quit smoking weed though.
Really? Why?
Because it made me go on Dr. Phil.
Oh, damn. You should wear those pants on if you go on Dr. Phil. I like those pants.
You know, they have a blacklight out there. I thought the whole place was going to be blacklit and it was going to look really cool. But it only looked sort of cool.
Well, he'll be at the stairwell with the pants and the black light. It's in the stairwell, isn't it?
Yeah.
You should do the sound effect on the stairs. I think that would be big. You guys don't seem that into it, but I think you'll have fun together. All right, so you've seen 3 comedians. Do you have any thoughts you want to share with people? You want them to yell at you one last time? Everybody, you got a couple seconds. Yell at Tim. What number? 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone's just clapping. Okay. That's pretty good. You feel like you got a good decision? Before we do this, I want to give you a present that I brought for you. It's just you said you like sports, so I got you a medal, a sports medal. This hat's huge. Here we go. That's good. You did it. Yay! All game show hosts should keep their prizes on their person at all times.
Where did you get this?
Don't ask questions. All right, let's get all 3 comedians back out on stage. Let's find out. Hey, they're all here. Oh my God. All right, Tim. You got a big decision ahead of you. These people are going to make drum roll with their bodies, and we're going to figure out, hey, who are you picking?
Number 3?
Number 3! Wow, upset here. Oh my God, Queens 1 and 2 hit the bricks. Wow, what an incredible. That was nuts, though. I didn't see that coming in at all. All right. Alright, I don't want to talk about it. Let's play the music. Let's pull the curtain back. Oh my God! You can talk, you can do whatever feels right, you know?
I have a boyfriend. He knows that my heart belongs to Dr. Phil.
Your boyfriend's Dr. Phil?
My boyfriend's Dr. Phil, and then my first boyfriend's Steve Harvey, and then my second boyfriend. These are boyfriends in my mind. Does that count? Yeah. Right. And then that's my girlfriend, whoever wooed. Are you Polly? Let's do it.
Wait, did you vote? Like recently?
What?
If it had been Dr. Phil instead of Dr. Oz, would you vote for Dr. Phil instead?
Oh, yeah. And I love a good doctor because I have a lot of ailments and mostly mentally illnesses. But yeah, I would vote for Dr. Phil
For president?
of my life.
USA.
President of my heart, my soul. Thank you. USA, reach in.
USA.
You're not the kind of guy I would expect to chant USA. Or the crowd. Or the country. But,
give it up for the lovely round two pairing here.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Thanks so much for your service. Thanks so much to everybody for coming out. It was great to have you. Thanks for watching setup. Come back. I'll be out in the corner giving out stickers and M&Ms I found on the street. If you want to tip the comedians, there's also a little virtual tip jar in the corner. Thanks for coming out. Have a good night. All right, now you're gonna go sleep again.